I spent a decade funding my friend's startup, believing in them completely. One night, I discovered the company was theirs in name only, and I was listed as a janitor. I didn't say a word. I just emailed every investor the proof. For 10 years, I poured everything into Marcus's dream. $400,000 of my inheritance from my grandmother. Every weekend for 3 years, debugging code in his garage while he pitched investors. My name on the original incorporation papers as co-founder because his credit score was 512 and no bank would touch him. We'd been best friends since sophomore year at Penn State. He was the vision guy, all charisma and big ideas. I was the one who actually knew how to build things, how to turn his sketches on napkins into functioning software. He promised me 40% equity once we secured real funding. Just temporary paperwork, he'd said in 2013, when I co-signed the business loan that kept us afloat. Legal will sort it out once we close Series A. I believed him. Why wouldn't I? We'd lived together for 4 years. I was best man at his wedding. His kid called me Uncle David. The company exploded in 2018. Series A raised $12 million. Series B brought in $45 million. By 2021, TechCrunch was calling Marcus the next Zuckerberg. Forbes did a profile. He bought a house in Palo Alto with a wine cellar and a home theater. I was still helping out, working from my same apartment in San Jose, driving a 2009 Honda Civic with a cracked windshield. Every time I brought up the equity transfer, Marcus got vague. Stuck in legal, he'd say. You know how lawyers are. Soon, I promise. His fiancée Amy handled the books. Sweet girl, or so I thought. She'd done their accounting since 2017. Then on a Tuesday night in October at 11:47 p.m., my phone buzzed. A text from Amy, except it clearly wasn't meant for me. Can't believe David actually thinks Marcus will give him anything LMAO. The janitor paperwork is genius. He'll never check. Janitor paperwork. My hands went cold. I read it 3 times, each time hoping I'd misunderstood. I called her immediately, straight to voicemail. 2 minutes later, another text. OMG, wrong person. Please delete that. It's not what it sounds like, but it was exactly what it sounded like. I couldn't sleep. At 2 a.m., I pulled out my laptop and logged into the corporate records portal. I still had access from the early days, back when I'd set up all the administrative systems. Marcus had never thought to revoke my credentials. I started searching. There it was, buried in an amended filing from 2019. My name listed as David Chen, Facilities Maintenance Staff. My $400,000 recorded as a facilities improvement loan with a 2% interest rate paid back in 2020. Every board meeting I'd attended for 7 years, the minutes listed me as Building Services Observer. The original operating agreement showing my 40% stake, replaced with an amended version I'd never seen, never signed. My electronic signature forged on the document. They'd probably paid someone $500 on Fiverr to do it. I sat there in my kitchen, staring at my laptop screen, watching a decade of trust collapse like a controlled demolition. I didn't confront Marcus, didn't call him screaming, didn't even respond to Amy's panicked texts. Instead, I spent the next 3 days methodically downloading everything. Every email where Marcus called me co-founder, every Slack message about equity, bank transfer records showing my $400K with equity investment in the memo lines, the original operating agreement with both our signatures and my 40% stake, saved to an old external hard drive, screenshots of internal documents where Marcus referred to me as co-founder David when talking to employees. Then I compiled it all into one devastating PDF, 87 pages of evidence, organized, indexed, timestamped. I sent it to every investor, every board member, the journalists who'd profiled him, even the SEC, just to be thorough. Subject line, the real founding story of TechFlow Systems. Marcus called 47 times that night, texts rolling in every few minutes, ranging from confused to angry to begging. I answered once, around 3 a.m., when I knew he'd be fully spiraling. Hey, Marcus, it's just the janitor. I'll have the co-founder call you back. Then I blocked his number. The board held an emergency meeting on Friday. By Monday, Marcus was out, voted out by the same investors he'd charmed for years. I got my 40% stake certified by the court, plus a settlement for emotional damages and fraud that made my grandmother's inheritance look like coffee money.